So in this video we will create a model for the collection userInfos that we discussed in the last video. So the model for the collection will be created inside the server folder. So inside the server folder I will make one folder. Let me call it models, and inside this I will keep all the models. So the first model that I have to make is for the collection userInfos. So inside this folder I will create one file, and let me call it user model.js. Now to create a user model I have to import the mongoose library. So let us import the mongoose library to create the schema for the collections. So for this we have to give the command import mongoose from mongoose. So this mongoose library will help us in creating the schema. It will help us in mapping the schema with the collection and other things related to the collection. Now let us create the schema. So let me give it the name for the schema as user schema, because this is schema for the userInfos table, so the name should be meaningful, equal to, and then I will use the mongoose. So it has a method called schema using which we can create the schema, and schema will be created using the object. So you can see here this curly brace means the schema will be defined using the object, where the key will be the name of the field and the value will be used to specify the attributes for that field. So let's say for this user schema we will accept three things: name, email and password. So let's say the first field for the collection will be name, right? And now let us specify the attributes for this field. So again the attributes or properties of this field will be specifying using an object with the key value pair. Okay, so the first thing is the type, that means data type. So data type for name, of course it should be string. The second thing I want is that name is required. The user must enter the name. So for this I have a key called required, and the property is a boolean. So if it is required we will write true. So this is about the first field. Then the second field is, let's say, email. The second field or will be email, and for this the email field, its type of course will be string, and the no two users should have same email, right? So for this the property is unique, and if it has to be unique its value will be true. So email should be unique. And the third one will go for password, and again for the field password type will be string, and of course password is always required, right, when we log in. So required is true. So I have specified the user schema. So now I have to map this user schema. This user schema for which collection? So this is for the collection userInfos, right? So I have to map this userInfos with the user schema. So for this I will make a model. Let's say user model equal to, and again this mongoose has a method called model. The first argument is the name of the collection, which you can see here. Name of the collection is userInfos. So userInfos, and the second argument is the schema that we have just created. So user schema, right? So you can see here now this schema, which is name, email and password, right, is for the collection user infos, right? So now in our coding, in our server side coding, whenever we have to refer to this user infos collection, we will not call it by the collection name. We will have to refer it through the model, user model that we have created for the user infos collection. Now since this model we will have to use in the server side coding in the index.js file, so we will have to import that there. So anything which has to be imported somewhere, we have to export it, right? So here export default user model. So what I'm specifying here is that this model is exportable. Any component, any server side file which needs this model can import this, right?